Okay, we're standing here with Dan from Manchester, who you've had, I guess, a little bit of an eye-opening experience with regard to getting around the TSA. Tell me about that.
So I went back to Illinois to visit my folks and family in Illinois. Anyways, I decided to take Amtrak this year because they recently installed a new body scanner at Manchester Airport. It was, other than a day-long train ride, it was actually relatively free. There's no body scanners, no. Basically, I mean, I purchased my ticket online. I walked up to a bar scan ranger, scanned the code, got my tickets, and boarded the train. And that was within 20. Well, I got my tickets and boarded the train in 20 minutes. I mean, if you go through the airport, you have to arrive at the airport at least 1 hour in Manchester.
So it was worth it? You gonna do it again?
If I have a time, I mean, if I have to, take a weekend trip, probably not. But if I was to take a week or longer trip, I'd probably take Amtrak and go.
Did you run into any kind of regulations or rules regarding videotaping? If someone had come up and harassed you, would you have been able to videotape it without too much trouble?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah. But no one obviously searched your bags or anything like that?
No, but I have heard that is a possibility. Sometimes the TSA, the TSA Viper team will do random searches of bags sometimes.
Right.
Or the Amtrak police.
Which is no big deal, but then it puts you in a situation, except if you can, if as long as you can videotape it. That's the way I look at it. If they're going to search my bag for getting on a train, I'm not upset, as long as you're not going to freak out over me videotaping. But they do freak out over you videotaping sometimes, from what I understand. I guess one downside of doing it this way is that if you're on the train, you're going to be under their thumb for a longer period of time, at risk for a longer period of time than if you fly.
Yeah, and I have heard that, especially along the border, especially along the borders, that sometimes the border security will board the train and question people about their nationality.
Yeah, I know. It's funny. I was in Bosnia in 1995 toward the end of the fighting, and I crossed the border into Croatia on a train, and Croatian militia got on the train to check IDs, and I did not feel near as scared in that situation as I do here now when the authorities come up to me here. So that just tells you how far we've fallen. But yeah, I mean, I could have probably taken their picture with no trouble in Croatia. I mean, I didn't get hardly any grief at all for videotaping in that war zone. But here, it's like I've been arrested for it, right? But yeah, what would you say? If you think about the way the TSA is handling things, it's so bad that it's forced you onto a train. But can you think of a win-win solution between the TSA and the people who don't like the TSA?
Well, maybe if they could put back their secondary scannings, to maybe just set off the alarm. Yeah, sure, you have to go through a body scanner or get a pat down, but if you don't set it off, then why should they have to? Why should there be need to run random people through a body scanner or pat them down?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm glad you didn't go through any grief on your trip, and I hope you don't go through any grief on any of your trips. See you out there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.